All right, here we go. This is going to be a look at the John Dupey, John Dupey, John Santoro, Johnny Connecticut interrogation. Oh man, this is gonna be good. I've been, it's been like John Dupey week for me. I read his entire chat log this week. Obviously we did the remastered edition of him last week. This is great. This is great. I'm gonna really enjoy this. I've really been getting into the John Dupey lore within the last couple of days or so. It's really great. But anyways, yes, I boosted the audio on this interrogation. It should be much better. It might still be a little bit rough around the edges, but it should be better, actually. I don't know. We'll have to double check. I mean, so this is probably going to be like a dry run. I apologize in advance if the quality isn't great. There's not really much else I can do about it, but I think it's going to be okay, actually. I just tested it. Just tested it. Just tested it, beforehand. So it came out okay, but, I don't know. The quality's not my thing here. I'm not a audio engineer, so let's just fucking do it. He's got his fucking 999 shirt on. Hideous shirt. I mean, this is a fucking hideous shirt. And so let's just get into it. This is a great one. This is one of my favorite interrogations, I have to admit. It really is. It's so fucking good. Like, it's still just as good as the first time I watched it. Like, this is great. I absolutely love it. I'm really glad that we got this, too. I'm really thankful that we have this. So it's only 34 minutes. It should be pretty, it won't be as big of a saga as the Dustin Justin one. But maybe if I keep extending these intros out to like 2 minutes, maybe we'll get there. But no, I don't envision this being a 7-parter like the Dustin Justin McFetridge one. But probably 2 or 3 parts. So let's just get into it. Let's go. Right away, Dupey's fucking sobbing, man. I love it. This is the guy whose life. This is the look of a guy. I mean, you can't see. Fortunately, you can't see his full face. But this is the guy who has the look of his life completely turning upside down in a matter of minutes. Oh man, it's great. It's great. I love it.
We're just
sobbing.
Did you want to cut? You want these pencils? Okay. You got it?
And this cop right here, this guy with the bald head, dude, this guy is fucking... He is one of the top cops, I think, on this TCAP HVP shit, He is one of the most aggressive. He is one of the most, he doesn't give a fuck, pretty much, is what I'm trying to say. He does not give a damn, and he is going to sit, for the first half of this interview, he's really just going to kind of sit back a little bit, he's probably has his feet up, he's just kind of silently there. And then in the second half, he really takes off, he really fucking goes for it. He goes for the throat. He goes for the kill. He is, this guy doesn't give a damn, is what I'm trying to say.
Pleasure working with you, gentlemen.
Pleasure working with you.
Absolutely. We had some pizza together, Yeah. Oh, whatever. Took the pizza.
Thank you.
Yep. These are yours. John.
Look at it. I've actually just started it here, but fuck it.
My name is Beth. Okay, this is Fred.
Fred. His name is Fred. Alright, Fred.
And he signed your rights downstairs, but before we talk, I have to sign another form. And this is the same stuff you initialed downstairs. I just want you to see that your name is there, and just initial again and sign if you're willing to talk to me.
This is the part in the HVP, the video that goes, in the interrogation room, Dupey cries as he signs away his right to remain silent. His forehead is wrinkled with worry. That's one thing about this interrogation that's always been great, is that you get to see, you don't really get to see it because it's not the greatest quality here. But you get to see his forehead get wrinkled with worry in real time, which is just beautiful. I fucking love it. But yes, here we go.
Where's my gun?
Where's my gun?
We haven't gotten to that point yet because we want to talk to you. And like I said before, we wrote out those charges, but...
Yeah, Dupey, I don't know, again, I don't know how fucking stupid you are. You don't realize, hey, we don't just set the bond here, you know, you have to go to court, you have to go in front of the judge. I don't know what your bond is yet. How the hell would anyone know what your bond is yet? Come on, Dupey, think with your head a little bit, man.
Hear your side of it, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, and then he signs. Why would you sign that document? You know, so many people have fought and died for those rights. and you're like this. You know, you can have a fucking professional, somebody who knows what they're actually doing, who's actually works with the law to fucking represent you. And no, your stupid ass is just gonna sign that away. Oh yeah, I'll completely fuck myself over for 32 minutes here. What's the big deal? What's the worst that can happen?
You just need to sign right there. One more.
I love it too that they have to fucking roll of toilet paper here. They can't. They can't even spring for a tissue box. They have to give you a roll of toilet. I bet it's only single ply too. They don't give a damn, man. I love it. They have in the because in the Bowling Green one, I remember Lord, the fucking one of the cops handed him a roll of a tissue box when he started crying. These guys just get a toilet paper roll. That's fucking great. I love it.
So you're from Norwalk.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up there?
Yes.
You have family that's still in Norwalk? Are you single?
Mm-hmm.
And that was your sister that dropped you off?
Mm-hmm.
Any other siblings?
The brother,
Older or younger?
younger.
So if I recall correctly, Dupey has his brother and a sister. All three of them are from a different father. Okay, so that's one thing, but they're still really close, but he still lives, he's 40 years old, and he lives in the, I read the chat log, I read the chat log over a couple of days here, so it's still fresh in my mind too, it's very interesting. This is a very interesting chat log, actually. It's a bit boring, you know, again, making another segue here. I'll bring it up, I think I'll bring it up a little bit later on, but Dupey is very childish in his chat log, in his interactions with the decoy in the chat. He's very childish, and it's very, it's kind of a sad tale. I mean, he's talking like you would talk when you were like 13 years old and trying to, talk to women for the first time, or girls for the first time, That's what it comes across as, and it'll come out in this interrogation when he starts talking, when they actually get into the questions, he'll come out. I'll point it out, but yes. But anyway, back to the main point here. He lives at 40. He's living with his mother. I believe all the kids. No. I don't believe the brother doesn't live there. I think the sister and Dupey, John Dupey, lives there under the mom, with the mom, and he lives in the basement. So he's really living up to that 40-year-old living in the mom's basement stereotype. Bit interesting, but yes. So it's been. I mean, it's kind of sad. It is kind of sad at the same time, but I don't really feel bad for him. But that he's fucked his life up so bad that he's in that situation where he's still living with his mother at age 40. That's a bit sad. I will admit that. But I don't feel bad for him. That those circumstances didn't lead him to fucking talking to a 13-year-old girl. So let's just get on with it.
I have a little boy.
You have a little boy? How old?
I have a little boy.
And do you see him?
Mm-hmm.
You have full custody, visits? What's
Mm-hmm. Visits.
Where is he?
Live in Norwalk.
Okay. And you work for UPS, or are you on a
I just got laid off.
Okay.
Until like holiday season come back around.
Right.
It's funny too, in chat log he calls it vacation. He doesn't say that he got laid off. He says he went on vacation. He's on vacation from work. Just a bit funny. It's a bit funny. Dupey doesn't really bring up anything. He doesn't lead the conversation much in the chat log. It's very obnoxious actually. The decoy does most of the talking, but does most of the initiating the conversation, just trying to keep the conversation going on. I have to give it to the decoy. They did a good job trying to work with what they had. But yes, Dupey is very much like He's never upfront about anything. He's like, yeah, I'm not working, but I went on vacation I'm on vacation for a couple weeks. I go back on Monday. That's what he says.
UPS in Norwalk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you work like through the night or during the day?
Morning, early morning.
So why do you think you're here?
Because we got a house.
And how did you learn about that house?
I'm talking to that girl.
talking to that girl.
Do you remember what the girl's name is?
You remember.
Billy?
You remember. Took him an extra couple of seconds to get it out. Maybe he's just so heartbroken that he just can't. He didn't want to get it out. He didn't want to start sobbing. But he remembered the fucking name. Shut up. You know the fucking name.
And how were you talking to Bailey? Were you talking on the phone?
Both?
Like actual voice-to-voice conversations?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you first meet her?
Internet?
What part of the internet? An application?
Mm-hmm.
What was the app?
Whisper.
And what do people go on Whisper for?
And it's funny too. Again, it's very childish by Dupey. I mean, I definitely recommend. Hey, it's a little bit difficult to read the chat logs because it's not actually like the perverted justice ones where they're actually written out. It's just screenshots, so it's a bit obnoxious, and you have to read the whole. You can't just like search for a word and it'll pop up. But in the chat log, he like right away he's like, man, we have this instant connection, man. It's like fate that you came out here on Whisper and we met. It's fucking like fate. And then that fate led you into this interrogation room right now. Bah, bah, bah.
Like, what drew you to Whisper?
Just to talk, chat,
With people you know, or strangers, or
I mean, I met
people?
maybe like one person that I know on there. That's it.
Yeah.
There's people like all over the United States.
Oh, okay. Do people use their real names?
I mean, I do.
Yeah. Do you expect when you meet somebody that's really your name?
I mean, I would hope. I mean, I'm telling the truth,
What name do you use on Whisper? You use John Dupee?
No, I use Johnny Connecticut.
Johnny Connecticut. So I guess he says, again, it kind of contradicts himself. He says, yeah, I always use my real name on the internet. Then he says, what name do you use on Whisper? I use Johnny Connecticut. So he goes by, again, I think he's a little bit full of shit here. Oh, just a touch. Because in the chat log with when he's texting the decoy, I think they do it over Google Hangouts or whatever the fuck it is, but he goes by John Santoro, not John Dupey. So he's still lying about his name at that age. And he lies about it. He lies about his age. He lies about his name, Johnny Connecticut. Imagine that, seeing a guy named Johnny Connecticut on fucking. I don't know how it works on Whisper. I don't really know, but I don't think Whisper. I don't even know what the hell that is. Like, I don't even know if it's still around or what it was. Like, they just created an app just for the purpose of this thing. But I don't know. I don't know how it worked. But imagine, like, I guess you have to, like, you see somebody's profile, Johnny Connecticut. You're like, yeah, that sounds like somebody I want to talk to, man. This guy's so good. He's the whole state of Connecticut, Oh man, like, dude, it's so like immature. Like, you can't even use your real name. Like, are you that embarrassed of yourself, dude, that you can't even use your real name?
Do you have any other online names you use?
No.
Okay. What's the name Santoro or Santora? Do you ever use that?
Yeah, I mean, I have. Because, I mean, I just got in trouble, so, I don't want people in my business.
Right.
So they catch him in a lie right there. They're like, what's Santoro? Or Santora? Santoro, I believe, is the mother's last name.
So that is a name you use on social media sometimes?
I mean, just once or twice I have. Like, if people want to be asking my last name and stuff.
That's what you use?
Yeah.
Does that mean anything to you? Is that special to you? Like, how'd you come up with that?
It's just random.
Okay.
And again, lying about something useless like that. Like, oh, why'd you come up with that? Oh, it was just random. It wasn't random. It's his mother. I believe it's either his mother's last name or his father's last name. I don't remember. I've done my fair share of snooping around, trying to find these people on Facebook. Very productive. I'm a very, very productive person. Let's keep going.
So you're on Whisper, and what were you looking for on Whisper? Just guy, girl?
It's just to meet somebody, have a friend,
Okay. And so how did you connect with Bailey?
just talking.
Just
Yeah, just talking and just hit it off.
We were just talking. You know, I brought goodies. I brought treats.
Talking.
Yeah. What kind of stuff did you talk about?
Sports.
Sports.
Moving from Cali to here. Family. Brothers, sisters, pets, food we like, everything.
I will admit, he isn't bullshitting there. They don't talk about sex very much. Although, Dupey does talk about sex. Don't get me wrong. He's just lying. He doesn't bring that up. But he does talk about sex, of course, right? But they do. They talk a lot. It's a lot of bullshit, you know. He's a Brown... Okay, so get this, okay? Dude lives in Connecticut, okay? He's a Cleveland Browns fan. Which is fucking... What the hell is wrong with you? But I guess, you know, whatever. Like, how do you become a Browns fan in Connecticut? That's what the real issue is. I don't really care if you're a Browns fan, if you're a fan of the team. I don't give a shit. But, like, why are you a Browns fan in Connecticut? That's a bit weird. But he's also, like Stephen Buchanan, a Mets fan. And if you recall, October 2015, the Mets went on a great run to the World Series. They lost the World Series, but they went on a great run to the World Series. Dupey fucking missed it, just like his boy Buchanan. Oh, man, that's harsh, you know. One of the best runs by that team in, like, the past 10 years. Yeah, 15 years. Well, at this point, 15 years, but, you know, 10 years back then. Dupey misses it because he's in jail for trying to beat a minor. You fucking asshole. Because I don't believe he bailed out. So unless they're watching it on the jailhouse television, which I don't know how it works there in Stamford, Connecticut, but unless they're all watching it in the rec room or something, they're not watching it. Dupey, sucker.
How long were you talking with her?
A week and a half.
Yeah. And when did the conversation change to actually getting together?
A couple of days ago.
How did that, like, did she invite you, or did you say you wanted to see her?
Both.
Can you tell me a little more about how it all came together?
She said that, I'm really cool, and I said she's really cool, and maybe we can hang out.
See, again, that's a very childish thing from Dupey. Again, she said I was very cool. I said she was very cool, and we'd like to hang out. You know, that's very childish in my opinion. Yeah, you seem like a cool person. Like that's how you would talk, in my opinion. That's how you would talk when you were like 13 or something. You know, that's just very immature by Dupey. And again, it comes back to that whole thing. Like, what year is Dupey stuck in? Like, he might still have the mentality of himself, like when he was like a teenager or something. He must still have that mentality because of his wardrobe that has, hasn't aged well. He's got, the way that he communicates via text message or whatever. Very, very much so in the past. I think Dupey lives in the past, and it's an interesting question. At the same time, these predators like to talk to the young girls because they're trying to relive their youth. It's a possibility. I can definitely see that being a possibility. Anyways, let's keep going.
She said, you're a sweet guy. I said, you sound like you're sweet too,
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, again, this is a mess. This isn't organized or anything, but it's really obnoxious too. And his chat, it really pissed me off. He uses emojis way too much, way too much, man. Like, he uses the heart ones way too fucking much. Like, it's obnoxious. It's pretty obnoxious.
How did you find out about that house?
She told me
What'd she say?
that she was living there and with her mom, and I guess her mom, she said, went away or whatever.
Went away. Oh!
And
I pulled the male decoy there. They went away. Very creepy. Like, oh, they went away. Like, yeah, they're buried in the backyard.
I was gonna go to watch the football game.
What football game?
Steelers and the Ravens.
Ah, there it is. The sobbing version of the Steelers and the Ravens. What football game? The Steelers and the Ravens.
I guess her mom, she said, went away or whatever.
Watch it again.
And then I was gonna go to watch the football game.
What football game?
Steelers and the Ravens.
Yeah, the Steelers and the Ravens. Very interesting. Again, that comes back to it. Why was he? That's probably why he was so fucking into it as a Browns fan. two division rivals, right? So probably very into it for that reason. But yeah, he's like Steelers and Ravens. You know, he's fucking looking forward. Not only was he looking forward to seeing two division foes square it off, but he was just also looking forward to getting with his boo. Oh man.
And then it just turned into a fucking menu.
I love that line. I use that. Okay, so yeah, it's one of those lines that again has made its way into my everyday rotation. You know, when I'm walking around my house, it just turned into a fucking nightmare. I say that all the time. It just turned into a fucking nightmare. First of all, watch your language, man. You know, it's not some fucking informal shit. You know, this is like 0 hour for your life right here. You're just fucking casually throwing around F-bombs. You know, that's not cool, Dupey. We should be showing some more respect, you know. But man, it just goes around, and then it just turned into a fucking nightmare. You know. He'll say it again as well, which is really funny too. But yeah, that's an accurate description for it, by the way, too. A fucking nightmare. I agree with that. No, this is supposed to be a family show here, Dupey. You can't just be dropping around the word fuck all the time. Come on, man.
Was there some sex talk between the two of you?
I mean, a little chatter, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I had no plan to go over there and having sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
I had no condoms or nothing. I mean, I brought food to eat with her and snack. That's all I planned on doing.
Right. Did you tell her you were going to bring those foods?
Yep.
What foods did you bring?
A Snapple, potato chips, and I brought a candy bar.
Potato chips. They're not potato. They're Cheetos. They're not potato chips. Like that's again. I said it in the remastered edition that I did, so I'm not going to harp on it. But I don't consider those chips. They're not chips. They're not fucking chips. I'm not calling them that. They're just Cheetos.
What's the candy bar? I didn't know that.
It was chocolate and caramel because she said she likes caramel.
And again, go back into the chat log. It's really fucking interesting because he says, I'm bringing you a surprise, and he says it, and it's like I'm at the store right now getting you a surprise, and he's like, again, the decoy's so excited about it, and the decoy gets so excited about it, and it's like again, trying to seem like a big spender or trying to be like Mr. Santa Claus or something like hey, I'm so cool because I'm bringing you these things and I paid for them myself. You know, it's again very very childish by Dupey, of course, but it's just interesting. You know, he wants to make it seem like it's a big thing. The decoy's like the decoy says in the chat, I'm making you a surprise. Snacks, cannolis. That's where the cannolis came from in the chat. Cannolis, drinks, snacks for the football game. And Dupey comes, oh, I'm making you a surprise too. I'm at Stop and Shop, about to spend $5. Johnny CT on the spot.
Something like that.
Yeah. So you said you were gonna do, these things for her, and you followed through and you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you talked about having sex with her, that's kind of why, we see that you followed through with some of the things you were saying you were going to do. So that's why we're a little concerned. You said you were going to bring the chips and the iced tea, and you did. You said you wanted to be inside her. So it's just hard to.
I wasn't going to have sex with her.
So yeah, now all of a sudden we're getting into it. It's a little bit more intense now. Johnny Connecticut. They just, it started off pretty innocent. Oh, how did you meet? What did you use Whisper for? What football game were you watching? And now, you said you want to be inside her. Gonna have to think. So I'm gonna cut it off here. So I imagine we got 7 minutes done. So I imagine 7 to 14 I imagine this will be 3 or 4 parts, which is interesting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope the quality was pretty good. And I guess until next time, I'll see you guys later.